We're looking at a device today that I'm really excited about and will be providing a lot of content on, the Microsoft Surface Duo. Alright, let's get this puppy open. There she is. So Microsoft's getting back into the phone game, but instead than like before where they had their own OS, they are now using Android. And boy, is this thing light. Super skinny. It's running a Snapdragon 865, 6 gig of memory, and I have the 128 gig storage option here. What else have we got in here? Oh yeah, the come with a nice little bumper case. I'll do a little bit additional video on that a little bit later. Maybe we'll do an accessory video where I can find some other cases once they start coming out, hopefully. This is what? Oh, the SIM ejector tool. And we've got power. I think if I remember right, it is an 18-watt charger. It does fast charging, but not like super fast like OnePlus or anything. But here's our first sound of closing. It's a nice close, not too harsh. Okay, so now we've got the bumper case on it. It's a pretty decent little case that comes packaged in the box. I think as far as cases out right now, it's probably about the best bet you can get, which is nice since it's actually included. So a few things to review. There's several modes to this device. There's tint modes, there's laptop mode, there's peak mode, so we're going to go through those, and we're also going to look at some of the software stuff. This is just a early look at the device. I'll be going over a lot of stuff and comparing with other devices as well, how the multitasking does, etc. So we have a peak mode, and basically what that does is it gives you a little area of display of notification. I would really like that to show something else besides just the time, but currently that's all it shows. Fingerprint reader is here, volume and power buttons. And then in this area down here is your SIM slot, where you would put in your SIM card if you have one. And all the way up. And you can either hit the power button or just hit directly on the fingerprint reader and it will unlock. So we'll go through the other modes here that we can have. So we've got, you know, standard flat, just both screens open. We have the tint mode. There's laptop mode. Or you can prop it up into this mode, but I'm a little concerned about doing that because you have a portion of the screen facing down, could end up being easier to scratch. Can do it though. That's the beauty of this hinge, is that it can fully swivel. And the great thing about it is it's probably the best thing about this device is the hinge they did is just amazing. Really makes the device Other than that, there is, you know, folding it back. So you have one-handed mode. And I have decent normal size hands, and you can see how wide this is compared to some other common phones on the market like the S20 or the Note 20. You can see we can compare here to see how much wider it is than the Note. So that's another thing that I understand the form factor and the aspect ratio they went with. It is great for viewing content on. So websites look great on it, but that is one thing you sacrifice a little bit with this. I feel like regardless of what mode you have this in, even this book style, which is a preferred method I really like, you really still, it's a two-handed operation type device. Now you can, I showed you before, you can do this one-handed, you can reach this stuff. The keyboard also goes to this corner keyboard, so it will make it easier for swiping or typing. But just be aware, it's a very wide device. Okay, at this point we're going to take a look at the camera. This has been the biggest point that a lot of other reviewers have stated is it's very poor quality. I feel we have to understand what this camera is and what this device is oriented towards more. This is more of a business product device and is supposed to be looked at more as utilizing this camera as a webcam as opposed to something like the S20s or the Note line or even Pixels. It doesn't do near as much. It doesn't have wide angle, doesn't have telephoto. So just take that into consideration. There's a lot of reviewers that are very nitpicky about this camera. It's been okay. You really have to have a mindset of what you expect from this camera, and you cannot go into it expecting to have as good as quality of a camera as you would the S20, for example. So anyways, let's open the camera here, and we see that it goes into selfie mode to start with, but if you want to face it outward, you will flip the phone backwards and the lens will then jump to the other display. I haven't had a terrible lot of issues with this. Some reviewers are saying they do, but I haven't. Here's another mode that you can do that I opened where you can have your viewer where you took pictures previously, and then what you also have going here at the same time. One of the other big advantages with this device is pin support. We're going to go through that real quick. For example, so if I open OneNote, snapping between two screens, and then you get your list over here of your notes or whatever, and then your actual page that you can write on. And my handwriting is awful, so just bear with me here. But you know, you can even take that into one mode here, just have your writing pad, and say you're in something else looking at your apps, or you know, making a note, oh, I'd like to download this app, you know, HBO Max or something. You know, it could be anything, could be a website, etc. But I really like this where you can have two apps open looking at something and then having your notes. I do this quite often on a PC where I'll have multiple apps open and then I'll have OneNote open taking notes. So pin support, there's also a smaller pin, it's called the Surface Slim. I'm just using the one that comes with my Surface Pro, or that I got with the Surface Pro. But either one works. That is it for now, and we will be back with many more videos regarding everything to do with this device. I'm going to do gaming videos, ping comparisons with the Note, so stay tuned. Lots of great videos coming. Thank you.